Yummy, yummy, everybody. It's Rhino, and today I'm here at Fort Wilderness. And you might be asking why I'm at Fort Wilderness and emerging from the bushes. Well, that's because Trails End has just reopened, and it's gotten a little bit of a facelift. It is now a quick service restaurant that Craig, Erica, and myself will be going to and dining like the piggies that we are. So we got to get inside and start eating. Before we do that, I want to remind everybody that this and everything that we do is brought to you by Dreams Unlimited Travel, experts at helping you plan the perfect Disney vacation. When you book with them, it costs you nothing extra on your trip, and you help support the channel and all the content that we produce. So check them out, dreamsunlimitedtravel.com. Now that I have said that, I'm going to get inside here, and I want to go check out this food. So follow me, please, awkwardly. I hope you're still following. Are you still following? I can still see you. For the listening folks out there, I apologize, because this gag is definitely a visual one.
We are seated inside Trails End. Technically, we're actually inside the lounge portion of Crockett's Tavern. We wanted to be as far away from people as we eat way too much and then talk way too loudly about all the things that we just ate. So wanted to try not to interrupt other people around us, and I hope we are succeeding in that goal. But I want to explain how Trails End works now, because obviously it isn't a buffet anymore. It is now a quick service and to-go restaurant. They still serve breakfast, so that is a good thing. I don't have the hours in front of me, so I'm sorry for failing you, but just an idea of what's on the menu for breakfast. You have the bounty platter, the harvest platter, the Mickey-shaped waffles, biscuits and gravy, and then the campfire s'mores latte, a strawberry shortcake latte. What? We came at the wrong time. And so all those breakfast lattes. Of course, we're here for the lunch and dinner portion, and the way it is set up is that there is classic fare that you can order right from the register. There are then also home-style meals you can order from the register. And then there are family-style pizzas as well, too, or individual slices. So for the pizza, you walk right up to the pizza people, and you ask them for pizza, and they will take the pizza. They'll heat it up in the oven, so you're getting it hot and fresh. The classic fare and the home-style meals that you're going to order at the register include a cheeseburger, a vegetable burger, a barbecue pulled pork sandwich, chicken breast nuggets, barbecue ribs, a half slab meal served with cornbread, coleslaw, and mashed potatoes with gravy, as well as a fried chicken two-piece meal, and that's served with all the same fixins. And then I want to mention the to-go stuff. What's really interesting is that they've got a cold section for to-go, and then they also have a warm section. So like in the actual cold refrigerated section, they did have bags of chicken. So that way, if you want to take the refrigerated one back, pop it in the oven once you get back to your cabin or campsite, you have the option to do that. They had lots of sides in there. The cold desserts were in there, like the trifle. And then in terms of the hot section, they had a lot to choose from. They had fried chicken, they had the barbecue ribs, they had green beans, they had let me read what that is, the pecan smoked brisket. Why didn't we get the pecan smoked brisket? That feels like a big miss for us. I'm sorry now. I feel like I'm failing you. I should have gotten the brisket. It's okay. Pulled pork, the bread pudding, which I'm now realizing we should have gotten as well, too. Yep. Another day. Mashed potatoes, chili, country beans, cowboy beans, not country beans, apologies, and macaroni and cheese, 1 pound. So much macaroni and cheese, Steve Porter himself couldn't even eat it if he wanted to. Too much macaroni and cheese. And, of course, those are all in pretty to-go containers that they're easy to transport back to your cabin or campsite right away. So first thing I want to talk about is the pizza, because I feel like I'm the one who spearheaded that. Rhino chose an entree that he was being called to and we split everything, but what I wanted here was the pizza, because while they do have pepperoni and cheese, they added the new smokehouse pizza, which is house-made smoked brisket, sausage, and pepperoni, as well as the vegetable pizza with garlic seasoned blend of red pepper, green pepper, red onion, yellow squash, and mushroom. And specialty pizzas. I had to go for them. So if you got the family size portion of the pizzas, the smokehouse one was $20.99. The vegetable pizza was $19.99. For our individual slices, the veggie one was $9.29 and the meat slice was $9.79. So I was gonna get there, Rhino.
Oh, sorry.
When it says family size, I mean this is a massive pizza. However, the individual slices, while they're half the price of the full size one, you get a quarter of a pizza with these. They are giant slices, so they're by no means small portions. Yeah, financially you're smarter off just getting the whole pie if you want that whole pie, but the individual slices, when Rhino and I cut it in half, it was legitimately 2 slices of pizza. So we really ate a lot here. And just to talk about the pizza itself, I really enjoyed it. I actually thought the vegetable one was extremely flavorful. The peppers were popping through, as well as the onion and the garlic on it. It worked really well, and all the vegetables were like chopped up so finely that I just felt like it was unleashing the flavors a lot more. The smokehouse one wasn't bad. The house smoked brisket that was on it, I couldn't tell at all. All you could taste really was the sausage and the pepperoni to an extent. The red sauce on it, not bad. Better than plenty of other pizza places out there. The crust, I didn't think it was bad on the portion of the pizza that had all the toppings on it. Like eating the crust by itself was very bland and not great and a little chewy, but the pizza wasn't bad. I would honestly, if I was staying at a cabin, I would definitely order a full pizza for myself and then cry while eating that whole pizza.
Craig made it out to be like I ordered this one specific item, and it was more of a collaboration, I'd like to say, because we did go for a home-style meal as well, and we went with the fried chicken 2-piece meal, which is served with cornbread, coleslaw, and mashed potatoes with gravy for $10.49, and then we also added, we went in to the grab and go and got that side of the beans. Being from Boston, baked beans are a completely different animal up there. If you've ever been up there, they're oftentimes made with ketchup. And so the ones here were okay. Erica's talking about making them sweeter, and I think that's just the most insane thing I've ever heard in my entire life, because I already feel like they were sweet. So for me, I want them to be like spicier or something. They were okay, though. They were okay. They weren't bad. There was definitely like a tomato flavor. I definitely got the tomato, and I definitely got like sort of that barbecue flavoring to it as well. But in terms of the fried chicken, there was a pretty large breast on the plate, as well as a wing, and I had I felt like I was here. I stayed at the cabins within the last 6 months of recording this video, and I did get the chicken to go, and I was like not super impressed with it, but I will say today I thought it was really good. I thought there was a really nice like thick piece of chicken. There was a like a real crispiness to the skin on it, and I thought it was pretty decent, honestly. I thought it was good. The real star of the dish for me, though, is I really liked the mashed potatoes that it was served with, because they were just like, they were the creamiest mashed potatoes that you will ever have. But they were really good. They were flavorful, and actually the cornbread on it too was like a really nice dense piece of cornbread. It wasn't the kind that really crumbled. It definitely had a little bit more of like a pound cake consistency to it, which is the kind that I like. In terms of the pizzas, I thought the crust on the pizza was pretty good. Was the thing about Florida pizza, it's hard to find some good pizza here. I'm not saying that it's non-existent. It's just like where I come from, there was like good pizza everywhere. And I feel like that's sort of a consensus down here, is that you've got to be choosy about your pizza places. And I will say, I appreciated that they popped it in the oven, it crisped it up. I like the crust of the pizza. I think for me, I enjoyed the smokehouse pizza more than the vegetable pizza, but I know Craig spoke about the sauce on it, and I think both pizzas had kind of a sweeter side, on the sweeter side, red sauce on them, which isn't usually my thing, but I do agree that if I were staying in a cabin, again, I could definitely see like ordering a pizza and having it. I might just go like pepperoni next time and try it, add some of those red pepper flakes on there and everything. But honestly, I feel like this is an improvement on what was on the version that was here before. So I'm fairly happy.
For my meal here, I got the Fort Wilderness Vegetable Burger. It is the plant-based option here. It's $11.99. It comes with balsamic onions served on a brioche bun with lettuce and tomatoes served with french fries. Those onions did not come through at all on this burger. I didn't even know they were there. But the patty itself, I was trying to figure out what brand it was, and I really think it's a Beyond Burger patty because it has... Beyond Meat tends to have like a pinkish undertone to it because it's made with beets, and you can kind of also taste that flavor. So I'm pretty sure it's that kind of patty. If you don't like Beyond Burgers, then I would steer clear from this one, but I love Beyond Burgers, so this was pretty good. I wish the balsamic onions really came through in that, but I did ask the chef if the fried chicken had any like dairy in the breading or anything like that, and he said they didn't. So he actually brought me a drumstick from the fried chicken because their fried chicken touched mashed potatoes that has a bunch of butter in it. And I loved it. I thought it was so good. The skin on the outside, it was nice and crispy, and just all the flavors all around were really good. So, what I had for lunch was good. I also had the beans, and unlike everyone else, I'm not the biggest fan of the beans. I like sweeter beans, and these were more like on the savory side with like more tomato undertones in there, and I just wanted it like a little bit sweeter, but that's fine. That's fine. Beans can change. It's all right, but they're fine. I like them. They're okay. I just wish they were sweeter, but I can change that at home. I can add things to make it the way I like it. But overall, I think everything was fine. It was all fine. I'm happy with what I got.
As for the fried chicken here, I think I still stand with previous statements that I made, that there's nothing bad with getting fried chicken from Trails End. Yes, it's the same fried chicken that you would get with Hoop-de-Doo Review. It's good fried chicken. However, I feel like the food is elevated when you have the show with it. So I enjoyed the chicken, but it goes down that much easier when you have the show with it. One of my favorite parts of Hoop-de-Doo Review, though, of course, is the strawberry shortcake. It's my favorite part of the meal. And strawberry shortcake. And the exciting part here is the strawberry shortcake available as an individual size portion for $5.99. So I had to do it, and you have that moist shortcake. It is just sitting on a pile of strawberries, that have been, partially liquefied and added sugar to them, and just the right. It's not strawberry syrup, but it's like you add a little bit more sugar. It could get there eventually one day. Fresh whipped cream and one fresh strawberry on top, and I can absolutely confirm it tastes exactly like you're just sitting there eating it at Hoop-de-Doo Review. I am in love with this thing. I didn't finish the portion I have here, but I am considering taking home another one. The other thing I would take home with me is a full tub of mashed potatoes, because those were so creamy. Rhino did not sell the creaminess enough. So creamy, so good. The coleslaw, milky but good, and the cowboy beans. Yeah, they could have been a little bit spicier. They definitely didn't need to be sweeter, though. Erica's off her rockers. But strawberry shortcake, awesome winner. I am so happy. It's. I don't want to sit here and say that I'm happy that this version of Trails End exists, because I know so many people loved it as a buffet. I'm just happy that it didn't go away completely. Being at quick service prices, I feel like it's still affordable for families. It's not like just going to break your budget completely, especially once you start getting it together as to-go meals to your cabin. So I'm happy with this, and you know what? I will be back at some point, if not for anything, for the strawberry shortcake.
For dessert, I got the blueberry lemon trifle. It was $5.99. It is their plant-based dessert here, and it was actually on the menu previously. Last time I ate at Charles End before it was closed down and remodeled. I actually got this for dessert, and I love it. I'm glad that they still have it. It comes like in a little cup and it's a to-go area, and I love this. If you are plant-based or you need something dairy-free and you want to take it back to your cabin, your tent, your camper, whatever, I think it's a perfect like sweet treat to end a meal or end your day on. I always like ending my day with a nice little sweet treat. This is how I would do it. So I really like this, and I think it's a perfect size. You have leftovers. But yeah, I really like this one. I'm happy that I got it.
For my dessert, I went with the peanut butter and jelly cupcake. It was a toss-up because there was bread pudding here as well, and you know I am a for bread pudding. But this went for the peanut butter and jelly cupcake for $6.29. And I got to tell you right now, lathered in peanut butter. It had half of Nutter butter right in the frosting, so it was like a peanut butter frosting. I think the cake might have been like a peanut butter cake, but it had a jelly center in it too. I'm telling you right now, if you like peanut butter, if you like jelly, this cupcake is for you. It was very, very good. Very indulgent. And if I were staying here, I'd have one of these stocked in my cabin every single day. I had a bite of Erica's lemon fella, and that was also very good as well. I thought the portion size of that too was fairly generous for the price. So I can't really complain about any of it anymore. As Craig said earlier, he said, I know what he was saying about making this quick service versus the buffet that it was before. I think I'd only really eaten here once when it was like the family style sort of thing with the skillet, and it's all coming back. It's all coming back to me now. And yeah, I can see why some people would be sad, but as somebody who recently stayed here yet again, humble brag, I feel like one of my biggest complaints about being here, and Craig visited me in the cabin on one of those complaining days, was that like the access to quick service food was incredibly limited. So it was kind of like you had to be coming to one of the restaurants or like the grab and go. And so like I feel like this kind of really expands on that and fills in a gap that was kind of needed here. Maybe in the future they'll build another a dining establishment somewhere on the campgrounds. I'd love to see that, because this is definitely far and above my favorite Disney resort. No question for me. And I'll be sad when it turns into a DVC resort, whatever, but that's fine. If you're wondering what our total was for all of our piggy selves, it was $69.03 after tax. So that included the burger, the chicken 2-piece meal, cowboy beans, the cupcake PB&J, the meat slice, the trifle lemon blueberry, the veggie slice, and the strawberry shortcake. So honestly, like, this price is a little bit lower than I thought it was going to be. So I feel good. I feel pretty good about that, because you know what? There's still also, in addition to this, there's Crockett's Tavern in the same structure that we will also review or have reviewed or will be reviewing. I don't know time. So, I think this really expands on those options. So you get one of these guys. For the listening folks, my thumb is up in the extended position. So that is going to do it for this episode of the Disney Dining Show. I want to thank you all out there for listening or watching. If you are listening to this, please rate and review the podcast wherever you listen to that. And if you are watching this, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and leave us some comments, questions, concerns, all of that fun stuff on there. Tell us where we should go next. We'd love to hear from you, but I think that's going to do it for us. I'm going to call someone to come get me in a wheelbarrow, bring me back to the car. So I will see you all on the other side. Hi, everybody.
Yummy, yummy.